You know, what started out as a crisis response tool has very quickly become a strategic pillar of modern medicine. Telehealth isn't just about video calls anymore. We're now stepping into an era of truly integrated virtual care, and the implications for every single practice are, well, they're profound. So, this brings up a really critical question for you and your practice. Is your current telehealth setup a strategic asset that actually empowers your work? Or is it an operational burden that's just creating new headaches? Honestly, the answer to that question is going to define your path forward in this new landscape of hybrid care. Let's be clear, telehealth is no longer just a trend. It's a fundamental part of patient care, period. The conversation has completely shifted from if a practice should offer virtual care to how it must be delivered to make sure you're getting maximum quality and efficiency. And look, this isn't just about patient preference. This is a massive financial shift. The global market is projected to rocket past $180 billion by 2030. That makes one thing absolutely clear. Investing in the right virtual care infrastructure is no longer optional, it's essential for the future of healthcare. So while that initial crazy surge we saw during the pandemic has stabilized, the data from early 2025 shows just how persistent this has become. With nearly 15% of patients consistently using telehealth, it's really cemented its place as a permanent, significant part of outpatient care. All right, so here's the crucial point. A lot of early adoption led to what we can call the two-system trap. This is what happens when a standalone video platform is just tacked onto an existing clinical system. It creates this divide that introduces a ton of friction and risk into your daily operations. And the difference in workflows is it's night and day. A standalone system forces you to manually copy notes, deal with a separate and often error-prone billing process, and you risk fragmenting the patient's story. But in an integrated workflow, all those tasks are unified. Documentation is automatic, billing gets triggered seamlessly, and that patient record stays complete and accurate. Now, the dangers of a disconnected approach are really significant. They range from the simple operational drag of dual data entry all the way to major compliance risks from fragmented documentation. This isn't just inefficient, it's an unsustainable model that threatens both the quality of your care and the financial health of your practice. And this, of course, brings us to the solution. The real power lies in native integration, where your telehealth platform isn't some attachment, but a core function of your EHR ecosystem. So what do we really mean by a unified workflow? Well, think of it as a single clinical environment where every single step of a patient visit, whether it's virtual or in-person, all exists in one place. From scheduling to documentation, right through to the final billing, the whole process is seamless and continuous. The strategic advantages here are huge. You create a single source of truth for all your patient data, which dramatically improves the experience for both the patient and the clinician. Efficiency shoots up, compliance risks go down, and you build a foundation that's actually ready for future innovations, like AI and remote patient monitoring. Okay, so let's move this from theory into practice. What does this integrated model actually look like when you apply it to the diverse patients and specialties that clinicians are seeing every single day? Now, what's really interesting here is who is driving this change. The data shows that working-age adults, people between 19 and 40, make up nearly half of all telehealth users. This is a demographic that grew up with digital convenience, and they absolutely expect it from their healthcare provider. At the same time, there's a really clear opportunity here to bridge an access gap. Telehealth use in rural areas is currently half of what we see in urban centers. Integrated, easy-to-use systems are absolutely essential tools for expanding quality care to these underserved populations. And this versatility extends across so many different specialties. For primary care, it means you can monitor chronic diseases with remote patient data. In cardiology, it makes post-procedure follow-ups way more efficient. And for psychiatry, it allows for consistent therapy with integrated prescription management. The applications are really specific and powerful. Okay, so knowing all this, how does a practice actually make the transition from a fragmented setup to a powerful, integrated model? Let's walk through a clear, step-by-step roadmap. The process has to start with a really honest audit of your current system. From there, it's all about selecting a truly native platform and thoughtfully defining what your hybrid workflows will look like. Then it's absolutely crucial to measure your performance, explore advanced tools like remote patient monitoring or RPM, and of course, you've got to stay current with the ever-changing regulatory landscape. Ultimately, this whole journey requires a fundamental shift in mindset. It's about moving beyond just managing virtual visits and embracing a new philosophy, delivering high-quality, connected care from anywhere. The question is no longer just about technology, it's about what kind of practice you are building for the future.